The European Union is embarking on one of its most ambitious military missions ever, providing security for refugees and displaced people in the African desert, in Chad and in the Central African Republic, near the border with Darfur. The mission is known as EUFOR Chad, RCA. France, Poland and Ireland are heading the multinational battalions in this 3,700-strong operation, involving 22 member states. The operating area is as big as Germany and France combined, making logistics a serious challenge. This convoy, for example, needs 4 days to reach its final destination near the border with Sudan. Heavy lift aircraft bring in containers with more urgent materials. From Europe, most equipment is shipped to the port of Douala in Cameroon. These vehicles have just arrived from Dublin. They're now facing a 1,700-kilometre journey to Chad. Over land, that roughly takes 10 days. Much less for these helicopters, assembled at the Douala docks. The east of Chad is at the heart of an international humanitarian crisis. Nearly 500,000 people here have been displaced, having fled the barbarities of the fighting in neighbouring Darfur and violence in Chad. The EUFOR mission is coordinated from Paris under the command of Irish General Patrick Nash.
This refugee problem and this internally displaced people is really as a result of the Darfur crisis. And if the Darfur, the whole area is a regional problem in that whole area, and I think it is important that it be solved as a regional problem. I'm delighted to see that there are major efforts being made at the very serious political and diplomatic level to solve the complete area.
Gurukum is one of dozens of camps in the east of Chad. It holds about 16,000 internally displaced people, whose village is in the diffuse border area with Sudan. Today, the elders in this camp welcome the European Union's top diplomat, Javier Solana, together with Chad's foreign minister. The Gurukum elders tell Solana they want to return to their village, but only once it's safe to do so. Our first preoccupation is security. Providing that security is precisely the goal of the European military mission. The European troops complement two other forces in the region, the United Nations MINUCAT police mission in Chad and the hybrid UN African Union force inside Darfur. Camp Europa is the EUFOR's transit camp near the capital, N'Djamena. Some 700 kilometres to the east, the town of Abache hosts the STARS camp, which is to support the 3 bases closer to the border. This camp is being built completely from scratch in the middle of the desert near the airport. A modern Italian military hospital is already set up in Abache. The military medical staff here also treats local people. More than 2,000 troops will be stationed in STARS camp once it's completed. Abache also is the base for special forces such as these units from Sweden and Austria. The 3 smaller camps closer to the border are under Polish, French and Irish command. Logistics are not the only challenge. The lack of water, the drought and a season of torrential rains that's coming closer also make Europe's military deployment in Africa's deserts a unique mission.
I would like to say that if more people have come here to see what is being done here, I think the support in the member state will be growing.
Back in the Gurukum camp, international aid agencies have delivered sufficient food to last the people through the beginning of the wet season. Once these supplies run out, and if the rains have not yet disappeared, these displaced people face new problems. Security is only one of them. Europe's mission in Chad and the Darfur region has a mandate for 1 year, until March 2009. In September, the mid-mandate review of the mission will be discussed. On the ground in Chad, it's already clear. The EUFOR mission is making a real difference. The mission reflects Europe's capacity to project military forces in the most remote places of Africa, bringing security to hundreds of thousands of people.